Good morning, everybody. We're going to go have some fun today. We're going to climb some hills. There's your hill. There's the top. We'll be going to the top. It's called Mount Baca, and welcome to the ride. Let's do it. Good morning, everybody. Out for a nice little ride today. Stopped cruising around, thought, hey, let's go climb a mountain, you know. And it's got some good vert to it. We're talking about 2,500 feet of vert. So I believe today we are gonna go do Gates Canyon today. Stop here. We'll wait this out a little bit. Hopefully we can jump behind the car here. Alright, here we go. Woohoo! Alright, here's our turn. We're gonna follow this street out now. This is Farrell. This is Gibson. I believe this is called Farrell, I think. This street here. So we're just gonna follow this truck on out. I also believe another name for this road is Baca Valley. So not gonna be a blistering paced ride today. It may sound like I'm screaming at times when I'm riding because, you know, anytime you go at about 40 miles an hour or whatever, it just gets absolutely deafening. So I'm sorry about that if that picks up, but we're gonna try to avoid some water today. Got a lot of rain yesterday. Got like 2 inches, and I don't know how many they got on the hills. So at one of the houses I had 1.5 inches, so you can double that on top of the hill, so they probably got 3 up there. So I don't know what we're gonna expect. We're gonna go out there and see what it's like. Hopefully it's okay. We're just out cruising today, in no hurry today. Got the bike all packed up. Got extra tools on the bike. We got all kinds of extra stuff. So we are weighted down. Got a lot out here today. It's a beautiful day though. We get off at Gates Canyon. I'm gonna pop the 360 on the front of the bike, and then we'll have some of those shots too. I just kind of taking it in today. Plus, I was just out riding my little suspension seat post, and it's not bad. I kind of like it. Trying to get used to the all-terrain tires again after coming off the slicks. Yeah, a little difference coming back, but we'll see how that goes. Not too bad temperature-wise today. I think we're gonna hit 70 at some point. It may be colder up on the hill, I'm not sure. I think it will be because some of the pockets back in there get a little chilly at times, so we're just gonna play it by ear today. I'm still tired from getting back to Chicago. I had so much crap to do yesterday, plus swap out the tires. Yeah, so it made for a pretty interesting day. So we're just gonna go chill. So I think we're gonna head out to Gates today, and we're gonna see how the footage comes out. So we're just gonna slow down a lot here. Gonna let everybody else pass here. We'll just go ahead and call him through. So all right. And the good thing about Gates is their entrance is right here. Mixes up the road a little bit. So, but Gates is right here. I haven't been up Gates in a while, so I kind of want to go Gates. So let's go have fun. Gates and Mix are pretty similar. Your elevation of rise and everything, your steep spots. I think Gates, from if I can remember correctly, because I don't really go up here too much, is if I get a chance here, I'm just gonna step off the bike real quick. And alrighty. So let me just do this. Oh, boy, it's that backpack on, that's a lot. Alright. Everybody gonna stay put? Okay. Let me talk to everybody real quick. Show everybody where we're at. Hi, well hello there. We're gonna go to this place here, Gates Canyon Road. And there's the sign over there, Gates Canyon. Okay, so it's 25 mile an hour speed until it's not. It goes down to like 10 miles an hour. And what we'll do, we'll let this car pass. We're going to slow down because there's some 10 mile an hour sections up here. And there's a lot of people that have cattle ranches use this. So they're pulling equipment up and down here. And they got horses back here. And they got cattle trucks and things like that. So, and they just got big stuff out here. And there's hairpin turns. So don't come blazing out here. If you want to ride it, do so respectfully. So we're going to start at, I think we're about 250 feet. I think we're about 250 feet above sea level. We'll be going up to, if we go all the way to the very tip top, we'll be at 28. So we're going to see 2,500 feet of rise here. So hold on. Hope you enjoy the ride. And let's get going. First thing we're going to do is going to pop a 360 on the front and maybe capture some shots that we wouldn't normally capture. So I'll be right back with you. All right. Okay, so we got our 360, so we'll just go ahead and turn it on. All right, so 360 is up and running. Make sure we're up and running. And we are. Okay. Alright, let's go climb some hills. Starting temperature of the bike. Take a look at this and we'll get an idea of what's going on here. Okay, starting motor temperature is 145 degrees. And that's what we used on the way down here. And now we're just going to take off from here. 5, just make sure he ain't turning. Alright, let's go see some beautiful country. Beautiful ride. We're going to both do this together. We're going to be flat for a bit until we get to the base of the mountain. I don't know if you can see it at the top. Our destination is those power towers at the top. See if we're configured right here. Get up here. More sense in seeing the scenery than the speedo today, because we're not going to be going that fast. Because like you see, we have 15 mile an hour roads. We got a gravel concrete base. We got a 360 camera that don't like to be 360ing already. So it's alright. We're just going to try the 360 out. I don't know what it's going to do. It's going to do its own thing. No biggie. So might have to ditch that. Oh, we'll just pull it up. You know what? We'll just pull it up when it gets to like the gnarly sections. See if it how it does there. So like I said earlier, we're just going to cruise out at the very top of the hills up there. You can make them out. There's some communication towers and stuff like that. And we're going to ride up to those. And right up past those is the peak of the mountain. That's 2,800 feet. So that's about where we're going to go up. Unless something with Mother Nature happened overnight, because it rained like a bunch up here yesterday. So I mean, it rained up here all day yesterday. This 360 mount is absolute garbage. So there was a reason it was in the tote. I don't remember. I said, oh cool, a 360 mount. So this is we're a 15 mile an hour zone, and that's why we're cruising so slow. So, but it's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna be fighting with this thing the whole time. This 360 thing this mount, it sucks. So I think we're gonna just get rid of it. Anyway, we're just gonna go for the cruise and enjoy the ride. Got some wetness, got some gravel. Got the all-terrains on today though. Pretty cool to get them back again. But putting the all-terrains on and then putting a full rack on the back. I mean, I got bag on the back. I got everything today. So I'm running heavier than I like. So we're just taking a cruise. We're also looking for, sometimes cars come up here and they try to hot rod. So we're kind of keeping an eye out for that too. For the most part, it's pretty cool up here. I haven't been on this road too much, so it's actually been a while since I've been up this one, because I usually go up Mix Canyon. So it's nice to just take a little different one and go on Gates. See, Gates is a nice little meandering road. It goes up and down and through the trees and stuff like that. Now Mix, on the other hand, that sucker's just, from when you start it at the gate till you get to the top of the mountain, there is never a part where you're not gaining grade. So at minimum, it's like 2% minimum grade all the time, and it just climbs and climbs and climbs and climbs and climbs. It's not like, okay, in the middle of it there's a 40%. No, in the middle of it there's like 30%, right? But we're talking about gains over like 4.5 miles and gains of 2,500 feet in that distance. So it's pretty steep, and as a matter of fact, it's got the steepest 1 mile grade in California, and it's also got the steepest 1.5 mile grade in California. So that's it. And then right on its heels is this road right here. So it really doesn't matter. This one just kind of meanders back a little bit further before it starts getting wicked. So, this one's just like just an easy ride back. Like I said, we just ride it, casual, 20, 30 miles an hour. It's more than sufficient through here. Because like I said, it's 15, sometimes it's 10 miles an hour through here. And it takes a long time to drive up this by car. Get behind an Amazon truck, you'll be here forever. But, as you can see, it's basically a one-lane road. So, you gotta be on your toes a little bit. But hey, so let's talk about stuff while we're riding here. We might do some music overlays. We might do something else. I'm not sure what we're gonna do. But let me talk about my big trip to Chicago. I was out in Chicago for almost 2 weeks, and seeing everybody out there and checking things out, talking to our man Steven. Went over to Steven's house and got to hang out with his family, and my family was with his family, so it was pretty cool. So he even had my wife on bikes. So it's pretty good. It's all good. So we had fun up there at Steven's house. And then since I was in the area, I decided to run over to their shipping location where they basically just ship parts and stuff in that Mundelein area. So I went over there. I was looking for houses too. I'm trying to find a home base because my wife has a lot of family out there. So was out there checking it out. So went up there and saw the one of their little fulfillment centers that they have there, and I was like, okay, cool. Not a whole bunch of people manning like the phones and stuff like maybe some of you think. Some of them, because some people said, oh yeah, that's where all the people are on the phone, and I was like, oh geez, I don't know, I've never been there. So I decided to swing by and take a look, and I ran into a guy that was working in the shipping receiving area. Talked to him for a while, and it was a good time. So I got to see that facility, and what they kind of do there. And so from the wired aspect, it was pretty good. I did meet a couple wired owners back there that are on the my enthusiast group, so that was pretty cool to hang out with them for a little bit. Also met some guys that do custom bike building. We've talked in several groups over the years, and I said, why not? It's a bike trip. Let's talk to everybody. So we went and talked to them, and that was pretty cool. And then my stepson, his girlfriend, the company she works for has tickets to the Bulls game. They got a private suite and was being unused that night. So one of the nights I was back there, so I was like, yeah, they said, you want to go? I'm like, I'm in. So we went up and did it suite style, and that was great. So had the family up in the suite, and we're kicking back watching the Bulls, and I think that was game number 4 that they had won in a row when they were starting the season there. So yeah, it was cool to see that. So it was a good time out there. Yeah, never know what's around any corner here. That's the thing. That's the thing about these roads up here. They're wet, they got gravel on them, and there could be trucks or cars coming at any time. So it's a nice little scenic road, and you'll be like, oh man, just rip it. Yeah, rip it, you'll be eating gravel, man. I mean, because it's road with some gravel on top of it, so it is a little slippery, and now it's wet too. So let's do this. We'll do it again when the thing here goes. Where are we going here? Pavement ends. This looks interesting. So now we're off pavement. Alright. Now we're getting into some of the muddier area. Getting into the gravel. I'm going to pull over up here just because I'm not familiar with the road. I just don't want to make any wrong turns and head up on a different side of the mountain. So let me pull over real quick. In one motor, we're up to 177 degrees, 177 degrees, and we're just watching it out because there's rocks in the road, and we'll just keep going. I think we'll just go ahead and switch over to dual motor now, and we'll see if it calms the temperature down. See if it takes any load off the 170s and goes from there. So. Alright, now we're getting on gravel. Let me just go ahead and tap back over the rear, because this one's different than mixed canyon. Mixed canyon is just up. I remember this being more paved, but hey, whatever, I don't care. We got the bike that can do it, so we're just out exploring. So we're just running through. Alright, starting to slip, so let's go dual motor so we can slip in dual motor. Yeah, not a big fan of the wetness. That's gonna take a little getting used to. And we got this bike turned up too, so you can't get an itchy throttle finger. Probably should end up settling in my start strength. Because we're just a hair twitchy. I'd probably take some of the start strength out, and then maybe neuter the front motor a little bit, because I can feel that it like skates on me right here. It's like when it jumps up and down, it's like it's losing traction, so that's different. We also have to remember we got trucks that blaze in the other direction too. So let's just try to. All right, we gotta get the seal better. All right, and up we go again. I want to get a dry patch of up. That's one thing these hills are known for. These are up hills. We're still under 200, so we're doing great. We'll have to bring Nefarious up here and see what it cooks at. Nefarious has never been up this hill before, so it'd be interesting to see what. So what I know it can make it up here. It's just I just don't know how hot it's gonna get. Gaining some tude, man. Gaining some tude. Alrighty. Made it through the snow gate. Man, nice cruise up here today. Very quiet up here. Very slick though. Very slick. Very, very slick up here today. Because we got mud. We got a lot of the first rains. I can feel the back doing it a little bit, and I'm seeing the front let go a little bit too. We're gonna have to go out wide on these things. Alright. Can't see. Sun's in my eyes. Alright, here we go. Whew. A little slick, little muddy. Yeah, we gotta take that front motor down a little bit. We're climbing though. We're climbing. Yeah, most people climb little hills like in LA where they're like, they're like 400 feet, right? In length. Shit, I got your 400 feet. We're going thousands and thousands of feet, man. And then we're going thousands and thousands of feet, and then we're doing it on some slippery stuff. Let me get a little stop right here. Let you guys get a little look. No, let's stop at the top. Let's just keep going. I don't want to fuck with the temperature. Let's just kind of cruise, and we're just cruising up this thing. We're not going after any kind of power run. We're not doing anything stupid today. It's a road we haven't been on in a while. With the bike we've never ridden up here. With all-terrain tires instead of slicks. Now see up here, it's nice, where it's nice and sunny and stuff. We actually get a lot of traction. We're only pulling 210. So we're doing mighty well. Mighty fine, guys, mighty fine. Mighty fine for the vertical that we're pulling here. This bike is just handling it. Look at us, man. We're up near the summit here. We're getting there. A few more switchbacks, we'll be up there. But we're already seeing the power towers. They're coming in the line. And we're just having a good old time. Gates Road is handling us pretty well today. We'll take some better shots like on the way down. Because we'll be heading down. So we'll be able to do some pullovers and do some stuff downhill. I'm sure this is all getting flattened out. And that's okay. Because I'll give you guys the coordinates and you guys can see how we rolled up. And we're only rolling up this thing at about, 17 miles an hour? Probably even slower in some of those hairpins. We're just going small. It's 10 miles an hour up here. Like I said, people live up here. You don't know how it is. And we don't know how the weather treated it because it gets gnarly up here. This is one of those places, you come up here and you might be here for a while. Like if it gets all icy and all this other stuff, you might be here. This is the donut circle right here. This is where we used to come do burnouts right here a long time ago. Alright. Yeah, so it used to be paved all the way to there. So I guess they need some paving work done up here, but with Newsom in charge, we ain't gonna get no pavement. But yeah, this thing is just built to do this, man. If you got mountains to climb, get yourself a Predator. This is so, I mean, it's doing short work of this whole thing. And we're pulling like 210 degrees, man. We've climbed probably about right now, we've probably climbed about 2,000 feet. And we're only at 210. Yes, we're using both motors, but that's why you get a Predator. We're not trying to lug out the rear motor. I mean, if they want me to burn it up, I will. But like I said, you know, this is just testing. We're just testing everything and making sure everything's fine. And boy, what a gorgeous day up here, you know. It's nice that the sun is getting up here and it's drying some of this stuff out. So look at us go. We just, plenty of room to rip, man. Plenty of room to rip, except we don't know what's coming on the other side. So, and we don't know what this left us on here. So we got, we're doing pretty good. We're gonna drop into the ridgeline here pretty quick. Okay, so here's the ridgeline. So this is the top of the road, right here. So you can see it. We're in Napa now. All right, man, that was fun, y'all. All right, top of the world. Let's get over here so we can give you guys some directions about what's going on here. If it was a little bit clearer, we could do it better. That down there in the foreground is Vacaville down there. Straight out as far as the eye can see, you got Sacramento, and on a clear day you can see the Sierra Nevadas going across the top. So that's Vacaville, and that goes up to the very top of the mountain. And this right over here, there's a little lake down here called Lake Curry. All right, and so this is all, everything going that way, Napa County, because that goes over to Napa to the vineyards and all that way. Everything this way goes out to the Central Valley, goes this way. So Solano County, Napa County. Freaking fun, man. Good stuff. So yeah, good times, good times. So yeah, beautiful day. Absolutely gorgeous up here. So what we're going to do now is going to continue up the hill a little bit more. This one's going to be a little bit more loosey-goosey, so I can already see some washout stuff and some mud and stuff. So let's see how heavy bikes like to climb. Okay, sports fans, we're going to go ahead and just ride up a little bit more. Let's just go see how wet it is. I went up and looked at it, and it's not too bad, so, and I don't hear nobody up there, so we're going to ride on the dry side. See what happens. If we break it, we break it. As long as we can get back down the hill and get home. Alright, let's go have fun, guys. Let's go have some fun. And I'm gonna put my 360 camera way back down, because it's the connector is just being silly. Alright, so let's go here. Well, keep it in all-wheel drive for now. You know what? Let's try it. Let's do this. Let's see how this bad rat climbs and just back wheel. And if we need more, we got more. Alright, let's go here. There we go. Alright, this gravel's a little twitchy. Alright, there we go. Yeah, rear wheel is having no problem with this. Fucking day in the fucking park for this. It's actually so much more stable because the front wants to scoot. So I think maybe on mountain riding with gravel, it's just go ahead and neuter down that front and just go like that. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, you gotta new to that front down. It just wants to slide on that gravel coming up, so. We getting it, baby. We getting it. We getting it. Alright. So go over the washout and up. Alright. 72 volts, baby. You ain't get 72 volts. I don't know why. I don't know why you don't want to get 72 volts. Ugh. Bumpity bumpity. Alright, we're up here now. We are up next to the towers. Definitely get snow up here during the winter time. So we're probably a little over 2,500 now. No, I mean not 2,500 climbed. So we're honing in on, because the top of that rock right there is 2,800. So we're trying to make our way through here best we can. Woo! Little slippage. Find the path, find the path, find the path. I feel like I'm adventure bike riding. That's fun. This is the first real roady stuff I've got to do with the off-roady stuff that I've got to do with the Predator. So the first traily stuff. It's all pretty tame. Seems like the tires seem to hold their own pretty well. Tell you what, I should be getting a phenomenal signal right here. This is going to be my turnaround point. So we made it. So we're at our destination here. This is yours truly. Ugly as hell, I know. But there's your power tower, I promise you. So don't have really a good view from here. We'll have a better view going back down. But this is the one I was pointing to when we were coming up. So we're going to go up it till we get there, and we are. So, all right. Now we get to descend. So we're going to take it slow on the descend. Why not? Take it out of, make sure just we're in rear wheel. Oh man, what a nice day. You know, the cool thing would be, it's just to bring another rider up here with you, just so you could kind of like share this with somebody else. This is just too nice to just take in like all by yourself. You know, it's just nice up here. Just trying this out. Also trying the I should have lowered my PSI probably about 5 pounds. Because right now we're running about 20 PSI. And it feels pretty good. This, I'll tell you what, this new suspension seat post I put in here, it's pretty sick. I kind of like it. Try a different line on the way down. As long as we don't swap out the front, we'll be fine. But, yeah, this new little suspension seat post is just like, it's kind of a game changer, especially up in here. I have it set on kind of spongy, so every time getting slapped in the backside, it's just like, you know, it's pretty cool. It's pretty easy on the rear end, and this is a really good place to test it out. Oh man, I'm just getting like all kinds of travel out of it. Let me boing. It is nice. I will have to say, money well spent. Dude, these things and these posts are like $64. And if you got, I think I think my inseam's like a 33-inch. So, yeah. Look at that view, man. Be great if it was the clouds were kind of out of the area. It was nice and open. But we'll get some places down here. You know, with my dropper post, I should be off the back of my seat right now, but it's not too gnarly. Too much fun, guys. Too much fun. Too much fun. That's somebody's house right there. Made it through the fires, I guess. We had a big fire over here. This whole hill burned over a few years back. It was crazy, dude. Killing people. This whole ridge, like 30 miles of this ridge, that fire just spread out all the way across from Lake Berryessa down to the flats of Vacaville. And it just came across. And it came up like out of nowhere. Ugh. And just completely annihilated this hill. It burnt so many homes up here. So many people are still living in trailers trying to get their stuff, get their lives put back together. Such a sad, sad story. Let's see, this looks like the right way out right here. Just slow right here so we can just go down these tracks. Nice and fun up here today. Alright. Mud's not too bad. It's not like peanut butter yet. This winter time. You'll see when we come back in the winter time. I'm going to drop the rear battery and come back in the winter time. Kind of rail it up here a little bit more. Once we get up here to the on the top, try to do it maybe in the first I don't even know if I'd be able to get up here in the first snow, because if all that vertical gets all icy, I don't think I get traction to get up here. So it's just so cool up here. Alright, I'll just ride the middle out. Yeah, a little less pressure in the tires, that's for sure. On that, coming up the regular stuff, this road stuff, not a problem. But going on that other stuff, probably 15, maybe down to 12 pounds will be ideal on that. Let's see if we can't get a couple spots to, take some pictures and take some time. This hill's pretty vertical. I get to try these brakes out now and see if I don't overheat them. So let's see, I'll kind of slow, and then I'll take a few breaks. This is when regen would kind of work in, so you could just throw it in a regen and just let the bike just kind of cruise down the hill. That'd be awesome. So right now I'm just going to kind of alternate brakes, let them get them a little coolness. It's quite a bit colder up here. I'd say it's a good 10 degrees colder. So where it was about 70 degrees at the bottom, it's probably about 60 at the top. So for everybody in the Midwest, I'm a California kid, so I can hear the sighs right now. I haven't even released the video, and I can hear the disgust in your voices. In November, he's complaining about 60 being chilly. I'm not complaining about it chilly. I'm just saying there's a difference between the 70 at the bottom and the 60 at the top. And our battery temperature at 167. I think we'll pull over right here. This would be a nice place to pop a couple pictures. So a little bit of the view on the way down, and a little bit of road view. This should flatten out. This right here, you're looking at maybe about 15-ish starting off here, and then it drops into probably about 20, 25. And this corner is a small corner. That's only about 10. It's not much rise to it. And where we were is those towers up there on top of the hill there. So yeah, we've already come down quite a bit, but we still got quite a ways to go. But listen right now. The only thing I could hear was my heart beating. So quiet up here. So yeah, no other bikers up here, nobody else. Just people living up here doing their thing, man. And when you guys come up here, if you do come up here, just be really cool. Just respect this area. We can enjoy it, but come up quiet, leave quiet. kind of a zen thing. All right. And here we go. Well, that's strange. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe I went through some portal and I lost battery charge. I don't know. I'm showing full battery. I just don't know why it's not charging. So, and come out and just do your burnouts up here. Break your car, and then I guess you could just roll it all the way down the hill from here, pretty much. But no, beautiful ride though. And so take a cruise back into town and get going here. Yeah, I'm not sure where everything cut out at, because for some reason the battery didn't want to charge, or battery didn't want to charge the GoPro when I was coming down. And then when I got down to the bottom, I was changing over to my other GoPro, and I thought, well, let me see how things are working here. And then we got it working again. So, we'll see how this goes out. I'm going to pull over right here and take a look at things. Sorry guys. I just thought I was down in my mirror. Wesley! Alright, here we go. That's always fun to try to do that, you know? You're trying to do your hand signals and hit your brake at the same time. It's like, come on, dude. Are you serious right now? Oh, let's see what time we got. I think we're ahead of school dropout, so we should be okay. A lot of gnats out today. Make sure our brakes are working again. Get my ass back on the back of the seat. This part I really hate. Gotta listen really careful. Alright, here we go.
We made it. Did you see that? We made it all the way up there. That was a great episode, man. That was a great segment. I do say so myself because you know why? I did it. It was so much fun. So much fun. So much fun. Okay. What we did today, we went and we climbed Gates Canyon Road in Vacaville. We climbed all the way from Solano County up to Napa County. Over 2,500 feet of gain over about 4.5-ish miles. And it was great. It had rained. There was some slick spots. There was a lot of gravel on the road. There was some road missing. And yeah, and the bike performed flawlessly. Highest temperature recorded was 210 degrees. And we just kind of rolled up it and came back. The only thing that we found an issue with was the brakes coming down the hill. I'll address that right now because it was a little uneasy feeling. You have to remember, this is a 2,800 foot little mountain, okay? And it goes all the way down to like 200 feet. So it's 2,600 feet down this hill. And a lot of it is in the second half or the last third of the trail. So it comes down pretty gnarly. So you're coming down 1.5 to 2 miles of some pretty wicked stuff. And you're on the brakes, and my rear brake completely failed. And in my front brake made it between maybe 25, maybe a little higher, 50%. It was so much that I actually started dragging my foot a little bit to help it out because I didn't know when I was going to lose my front. So that's a very intense hill. This bike was weighted down. You have a 220-pound rider, and you have a pretty big pack on the back this time too, because I go up there, I take my stuff in case I have to. I even took extra tube. I have wrenches in here, I got an extra tube in here, a couple bottles of water, an inflator, you know, cell phones, 3 GoPros. Yeah, I had it down. Also had a rain jacket on here and other stuff. So yeah, I was pretty weighted down. The most weighted down I've ever been on a wired bike. But it handled it like a dream going up there. It was great. The only thing you have to do is watch up there. There's hairpin turns and there's big trucks up there, and it's only like single track both ways for a car. It's like one lane. There's no 2 lanes for traffic up there. It's like when somebody comes, you have to back back up the hill or to the side if you got cars and stuff like that. But so there's no hanging it out around the corner, stuff like that, unless you want to be a hood ornament, you know, do that. Or you do that and somebody misses you, goes over the side of a ravine, you kill their horses and you lose your house because he had $1 million horse in the back of his truck. So if you do ride Gates Canyon, ride like the regular cyclists do, the pedal cyclists, and treat it with respect. Those people up there have been through a lot. That's a burn area. People are starting to rebuild houses up there, and some people are living in trailers. So, you know, feelings are a little tender up there. It's not like we used to, you know, rip up there in the old days. This was a new way up for me in a while. I don't usually go up this way. I usually take mix. Mix is a little bit steeper, but pretty close. I mean, they're pretty close in the state of California over those ranges. They're 2 of the tallest, Mix being number 1 and Gates being in the top 3. So it's a pretty intense climb because it's not all about the grade. It's not like, oh, it's 50% grade in a certain area. There's no 50% grade up there. There's no 40% grade up there. But there is a lot of 30% grade up there, you know, and we've mapped it out. We know there's 30% grade, but it depends on what distance you're going. Does it need to be 300 feet to be considered a grade? We don't know, but we know over like 100 to 150 that it gets up there pretty good. But the thing is, it's daunting and unrelenting. It's up, up, and up. And we'll see that in the next one when we do mix. But we're going to have to do a little bit of work on the bike first before we do mix, because we used an awful lot of brake pad coming down that hill. So Yeah, I wouldn't feel good about taking this right back up mix after everything I put into it coming down on Gates Canyon. So really good ride today. Perfect ride today. Was a little wet because we got a lot of rain up there yesterday. I looked and I guess it was 2¼ inches for the top. I guess that was it, 2¼ 2½. I guess it just depends on the collection spot. So they got some rain in the last day up there. So everything was pretty, was wet. The sun dried out most of the stuff. There was gravel in more spots than I remember from going up there. So there's that. The streams were running pretty good up there. Because usually the streams are it's just rainfall stream. So to be running that good after not having rain for, I don't know, it hasn't rained probably about 12 hours now, maybe 20 hours or something like that. To have that much water coming off still from that high, and it's at the beginning of the season where the water is still soaking into the ground. We haven't hit the saturation point. But anyway, it was a great ride all the way up. Was fantastic. Dual motor, single motor. This thing climbs at single motor okay. I put it in dual motor for the gravel and stuff. I'm gonna have to just take it off of 100% front wheel and then probably take the start strength back a little bit because I was just, when I was in all-wheel drive, I was kind of just, the front tire was kind of spinning a lot. So I'm gonna have to play with that, and I'll get that for you guys, and I'll find a good setting that is gonna work for everybody. But I love the bike, the way it performed. We put a big brake kit on this. There you go. Now we're talking. But that's an extreme use. I was able to get down, cool everything off. I lost some GoPro footage up there. I don't know why it wasn't working from my battery. Maybe my camera was just too hot and didn't want to charge at the time. But by the time I got it back down to the main road, I was able to plug back in here and then shoot some on the way home kind of stuff back in the area and then back to the studio. I had fun doing it. It was great. You should check out the episode. If parts get boring, just fast forward, find something you like and stay there. I do want you guys to check this one out and leave some likes on this one. This one was a special request. So I want to, show it some love. So if you guys could reach out, could you just drop a like on this one? I would really appreciate it. And this is one of the only times I'm really going to ask. If you guys could please subscribe, because I'm getting really close to getting to my 1,000 subscribers. I want to get there, and I want to do so without asking my personal friends and colleagues and stuff like that to join my channel to just push me over. I want it to be based on viewership, and if you've seen any of these videos in here, I may have asked you to subscribe like 4 times out of like the 47 segments I put up. But this one I want you guys to do. Our last one on the 8th mile did really well. We soared. That thing's still getting a lot of views every day. And for a small channel, we're putting up bigger numbers on those things than some of the people that got 25 times our size. So it means you guys are watching, and I appreciate it a lot. So especially for a channel that was never meant to be a influencer's channel, because I'm not an influencer. This is my journey with wired bikes. That's it. This is my journey. This is our journey. That's it. We're not. It's not like, okay, well, just roll the next bike in and roll the next bike in. No, we consider ourselves enthusiasts. This is our brand. These are our bikes. So this is what we support. So if it's something in the wired line, we're going to see it. Now, do we do a brake kit or different wheels or a different seat? Everybody does that with every bike, and we will have some of that stuff on this channel, and hopefully I bring you some really good stuff. The suspension seat post in here for $64. This thing is awesome. I love it. I absolutely love this suspension seat post. $64 on Amazon, and I probably could do a whole segment on that, but first time I really got to try it out, and I really love it. I get all the way back, and it doesn't even feel like I went for a ride. So it works. It works. Not only works good, it works really good. Okay, I have it set kind of soft, but that softness with the suspension and everything, it's really good. It fits me too. If you're a little bit taller, like I got about a 33-inch inseam, and I don't know where my height is now. Someplace 6'2", 6'1.5", somewhere in that range. To be like really super accurate. Probably just a hair under 6'2" now, because I am getting up there in age, so I'm starting to come down a little bit each time. So, you know, whatever. We all know how that is. But anyway, fun bike today. Before we do more of this stuff, we're gonna go get some bigger brakes, and then we can show off the bike a little bit more. And I can't wait to go ahead and take the rack off the back and the rear battery off the back, and then so I can go play on the road on the top a little bit more. It's a little gravelly up there, so I can really get it going, and I can take some air out of the tires and kind of make this thing a little bit more off-road friendly. And because there's a lot of stuff I'd really like to hit a little quicker. And maybe we'll make a video about it, maybe we don't, because a lot of people don't ride without their extended range battery in the back. They'll live or die with this thing, and sometimes they'll even add more, and that's cool. But I like taking it off every so often and then seeing what the bike can really do. So it's a lot of fun. I loved having you guys along the ride with me today. This was a good ask. We've been asked to go vertical, and I know it puts a lot of strain on the bike, especially these long ones. Not these little stupid 400-foot hills you see guys doing in LA, you know, where it's only 400 feet, or the ones in San Francisco that are small. I got a small one. If you're into small, steep stuff, pretty soon we're going to go do that one, and it's 44% grade. So I got a small one that beats anything you'll see on the internet. So I can do that. And then if somebody beats that, I have a place up in the mountains up by Tahoe, actually in the Ice House Road area, if you know what I'm talking about. There's a slab of granite out there that has one that's well over 50. It's really hard. It's one of those hills that you have to commit to. So if we can do that, we can't do that until next year's thaw, but maybe that's something we can do in the end of June. We can go up there and maybe get on that one. And if we even need to do it at that point. But we have a 44 here in town. It's a communications tower, and it's a road that goes to that. So we'll get to that. I know this video is going to be a long one. Like I said, whether if you're scroll past it, scroll back to it, go check this out, go check that out. Hopefully we can edit it up pretty decent this time. The segments are going to do nothing but get better past this. So everything else has just been a start, just to see if we could get to the monetization point. If they do get to monetization, I'll spend some money. I'll go out and get, I have a drone, but I'll go get a better drone. I got cameras, but I'll go get better cameras. And so I can give you some more in-depth stuff. And I do have a segment that I haven't dropped yet, and that's just on redoing your tires and stuff, and a lot of spacing and stuff like that in your washers and things. But we'll bring that to you later. But watch this video, like this video, get your friend to watch it, share it around. Let's make this one a little bit viral. Let's get a win on this one. Let's get a big one. I've never asked before, but I'm gonna ask on this one. Let's just push over the point, and then I can say, okay, so these guys are serious. They want to see serious stuff. So let me get serious and get off of Facebook and get on YouTube and start putting my resources into YouTube instead of Facebook. And I still talk to everybody on Facebook, but let me put some more resources into YouTube so I can show you more upcoming stuff, more really cool stuff that's out there, more stuff that we could actually bring you, stuff that we actually we do in our other group, the Toyota group. So, but that's neither here nor there. So it doesn't pertain to this group. So anyway, thank you so much for tuning in today. Stay wired.